The RSI is suggesting a potential downside and potential red day by the end of day tomorrow, which could be right at about here at about 27 cents, which is about exactly 27.46 or 27.48, and it is at our 2 fib. 26.65, you guys. So we have a range of 26.65 to about 27.50 for us to be able to consider a long position within those areas or long calls. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a MULN, raw price action and statistical threat of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could join ARCab, the trading community on Discord. Okay, with that said, let's begin. I just wanted to be able to show you guys what we talked about yesterday, and we did end up getting the move that we were looking for a possible long position. Please, before we do this, you guys, consider that I am not a financial advisor. I can't actually suggest for you to buy or sell any assets. Please take whatever I do show and say within these videos as a form of entertainment. Please do your own DD and we'll be okay, right? Okay, you guys, so for those of you who don't speak English or are having trouble understanding me because I tend to stutter a lot, please consider clicking on the subtitles menu and make sure that English is selected, because if you don't select it, you'll see that the auto translate will not be enabled. The auto translate is an area where you can actually see an assortment of different languages for you to consider. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and flip the script and jump right into the charts and see what we have. Okay, so here we are. Sorry about that. Okay, you guys, so let's start with this chart right over here. You guys, we have made the move that we were looking for. Now, I know that I had mentioned 26.65, and if you see on Webull or those platforms, you'll see that we did reach pretty much close, or if not right at these targets. Please know that is it doesn't happen often like that, you guys. It's been happening often with me because, you know, we're trading according to Fibonacci ratio, and we're trading to very predictable strategies within ranges with moving averages. So there's lots of rhyming within these areas that can create pretty much what I call A+ trades or slam dunk trades. So this is potentially one, you guys, and we were able to see this based on the curvature from both of these candles right over here, and the fact that this candle and this candle lined right up according to these right here. It was kind of a dead giveaway for a potential start of an ABCD strategy. The ABCD strategy is very much popular within the institutions, within professional traders, scalp style, swing style, momentum style type traders, all of those, all of the above, you guys. So now that we did catch this position, congratulations, by the way. If you did, you should be up a few percent up right now. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about the following days. Now, in my strategy, you guys, this is not something usually done by pros. I guess if they do, then they do. If they don't, then whatever. This is just something that I tend to do because I like to make my little triangles perfect and my lines so detailed, as you can see, you guys. But yeah, I tend to have that OCD. So I measure in bars how long the duration is of the first iteration versus the second iteration, so I can actually imply the potential timing of the next one. So in doing so, I was able to make the adjustment of both C and D and B according to the duration from the first touch being X to A and B, and this is what we ended up getting, you guys. So there is that for you guys. So let's talk about the obstacles that we are facing. Okay, so we have the 1.618, which is, you can see it right over here. I have it highlighted in green. We have this as a resistance, and we have also all of these moving averages as resistance. We do have a very good thing right over here. This is the 200-day simple moving average, which is landing right in confluence with our historical or statistical backtest of volatility, which suggested 172.56% to the upside. And we're going to go ahead and touch bases right on that back test right in just a sec, you guys. So what I'm based on raw price action, you guys, I am thinking that we could potentially move up to the one spot 272, which happens to line right in accordance with the 7-day period exponential moving average. We can use this as a resistance and come back to test the one spot 618 as a form of support before a continuation on to the upside and testing this gap range right over here, you guys, which would then be in confluence with the 100-day simple moving average right over here. So again, guys, this is a raw price action thread at the moment. We're going to touch on the back test for data in just a sec. So those are the potential moves that we're looking for in the immediate shorter time frame, potentially Monday. This is going to be a choppy way up. Please don't let your emotions run you. Know that we have a back test and know that we have studied the data, and this is suggesting these moves, you guys. So let's trust the data and make sure that we can move accordingly. So let's go ahead and pull up this for the new viewers. We are looking at volatility here represented by this indicator BBWP. Volatility is direction neutral. Only because we're at the expansive levels right over here, critical, which I consider to be above the 90th percentile at this blue line. If we start contracting to the downside, that doesn't necessarily mean that price action will go down. It can actually go up as well. In fact, every single iteration or note that I've taken from the history of trading of MULN stock entirely is based on those guesses to the right side. In order for us to gain a bias in direction, since volatility is direction neutral, we pair it with a stochastic momentum or a momentum oscillator. You can actually see right over here. This gives us the bias in direction. In my experience, this indicator has been correct anywhere between 75 to 83 to 85% of the time correct. So I'm sorry for all those metrics. They can just be 75 to 85%, right? Sorry for making it so difficult. It's just different per ticker. But in general, above 75% accuracy. So it's not perfect, but it is pretty good in guessing that direction. Now, as you can see, we I'm sorry, I can't speak English right now. Wow. At our current position, we're about to touch 98% expansion right here, you guys. This is definitely critical highs and indicating a high amount of volatility coming into either side. So let's just take a quick look at what our stochastics is suggesting. You can see now that both the average and the signal line are starting to pivot towards the upside. And you can actually see that this average is now starting to get close to our volatility component of the BBWP. This is the moving average for BBWP. So what we need is, to meet the criteria to apply our metric, we need both of the volatility component and the moving average to be pivoted towards the downside together, and stochastic momentum towards the upside. There is the potential to where we don't do that, and this continues on to start redlining like this. Every single red line is an iteration of 12 hours because we're in the 12-hour chart. So there is that potential while this starts moving up to the upside. That is a good sign as well, you guys. So this is there are a lot of variables to consider within this. So based on all that criteria, I have from the notes, I've actually taken the duration of the iteration and the upside thrust based on that iteration and versus the amount of times that it gets correct to the upside and that it didn't. So let's look at those metrics now. We are looking at a total of 21 iterations in which 12 were correctly guessed to the upside. That gives us an averaged upside accuracy of 57.14% with an average upside thrust of 172.12%, which is this move here, over the span of just over 13 and a half days. This is proof of work, you guys. Applying that metric of 172.12% to our strategy play lands us in confluence to take profit point C for our ABCD strategy. As you can see, this is the ruler, and it measures 172% right to the top of our range. So we have in confluence the ascending channel resistance, the 200-day simple moving average. The data is putting it right over here, you guys. So there is a lot to consider within this, you guys. And also, please notice that the 172% is landing pretty much right at this August 8th high, and look at just this support that we were using, you guys. This candle closing right at it. There's a lot of rhyming within this resistance, guys. So this is likely a key resistance and an inflection point in which I do not believe we will pass just yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next chart, you guys. This is going to be the RSI. Well, excuse me, drank a lot of water. Okay, so 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is suggesting a downside, you guys. We are trading above the moving average, which is very bullish, but it is suggesting some downside. New listeners, please listen up. This is actually a regular RSI setup. Upper half is the bullish control zone. Bottom half is the bearish control zone. The inner workings are the weakness percentiles of the bulls and the bears, and the outer workings are the strength percentile for bull and bear. So we are within the bear weakness percentile here, you guys. We're suggesting a downside, but if you can see right over here, we're using the moving average as a form of support. So we can actually dive just a little bit in the immediate short term, followed by a corrective move to the upside by using the moving average. 15-minute micro time frame is suggesting a continuation to the upside, you guys. So this is likely to influence the 30-minute as well. Bi-hourly RSI is suggesting a continuation onto the upside. It has now made a bullish cross above the moving average and approaching bear strength percentile. Okay, let's go to the 6 hour. 6 hour is also suggesting an upside continuation. I mean, we've been below the moving average for quite some time now, you guys. So this is potentially going to make the cross finally. And the daily RSI is suggesting continuation to the downside. So this is in confluence to what we're talking about within this strategy about getting a short-term upside followed by at the 1 spot 272 followed by a test of the 1 spot 618 right down here. Also, let me go ahead and open just a single pane to show you what I found in the 12-hour. The 12-hour RSI has a drive of phantom bullish divergence right over here, you guys. So this is very good. We have, in a sense, we have converted it we have confirmed it, sorry, because it did reject. It did a candle closure right over here, and now we're trading right up above here. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the last chart, you guys. This is I'm going to go ahead and explain the details in just a bit, but this is a ARC-Series Crypstex trading ARC armor. So this is an indicator that gives us long and short signals. So we have or buy and sell, if you will. So we have a long signal here, it went up, short signal, it went down, long up, and then short, it went all the way down. So we were considering and honoring this all the way down here, you guys, and for the last day or two. And we have actually printed a long signal right down here. And a good sign of this is that you can see that we're starting to print a little bit of a green bar right down here, you guys, and that is the indication that this wave is actually potentially starting, right? So these indicators are actually in partnership with myself and Crypstex Trading, a very intelligent group of developers. They have since endorsed me or if you will, partnered with me so that we can be able to create these custom indicators. This indicator is comprised of several exponential moving averages put very close to each other so we can algorithmically place within this chart to gauge the wave of direction for the trade, you guys. And thus far, they have been pretty accurate for me. It is a series of indicators, you guys. In acquiring these indicators, you can also have for free the ARC short-term time frame BBWP and long-term, as well as the ARC RSI, which is the one that we're looking at right over here, you guys. So yeah, just go ahead and send me a DM if you are interested in these, you guys, and we'll talk details. But with that said, you guys, I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off the video. If you have any questions or concerns, please do reach out to me on Discord, on Twitter. I'm going to leave the links in the description below for you to consider joining the ARCa trading community in Discord, you guys. But with that said, I wish you well. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios.